Have you ever wondered what truly happens after we die? Not the stories we tell to comfort ourselves, not the promises of heaven or threats of hell, but the moment right after. The silence, the stillness, the question that follows your final breath. In ancient Greece, they believed death was not an end but a crossing, and no soul could cross alone. There is a river, dark, cold, endless. Its name is whispered in nightmares, Styx, and on its shore waits a man. He does not speak, he does not judge, he only rows. His name is Charon, and if you want to pass, you'll have to pay, because even the dead must settle their debts. Charon isn't a god of thunder. He doesn't command the sea or the sky. He has no temple, no throne, no crown, but every soul will meet him. In Greek mythology, Charon is the ferryman of the underworld. He waits at the edge of the River Styx, where the living cannot follow. He is ancient, not in years, but in function, a presence that has always been there, waiting. His face is hidden beneath a hood, his hands calloused from centuries of rowing. No joy, no anger, just quiet movement across black water. Charon doesn't punish, he doesn't protect, he delivers. And if your body was buried with a coin, an obol placed under your tongue, he'll accept your payment. If not, you stay behind. Not in fire, not in torment, but in limbo, wandering the shores, a soul with nowhere left to go. They say he asks for nothing more than a single coin, but in truth, what he takes is everything you were. It was a small coin, worn, dull, almost worthless in the world of the living. But in death, it meant everything. The Greeks called it an obol, a token placed beneath the tongue of the deceased. Not as treasure, not as tribute, but as passage. Because Charon did not ferry souls for free. A life might be rich or poor, loved or forgotten, but every soul had to pay. This coin was more than payment. It was a sign that you had been remembered, that someone grieved you, that you were not left behind. Without it, your soul would wander the shore of the Styx for 100 years. No home, no rest, just fog and silence. The living believed that forgetting the coin meant condemning the dead. So when someone died, the ritual was clear. Close the eyes, place the coin, prepare for the crossing. Even now, archaeologists find coins buried with ancient bones, proof that Charon's price was never just a myth. It was a promise that no one would cross alone. They called it Styx, but it was never just a river. It was a boundary, a barrier between the world of breath and the world beyond it. The Styx was cold, black, and slow-moving, not made of water, but of memory. It flowed with the weight of every soul that had ever died. No bridge spanned it, no light touched it. Only Charon and his boat dared move across its current. To the Greeks, crossing the Styx meant more than reaching the afterlife. It meant leaving everything behind. Your name, your voice, your grief, your joy. The gods themselves feared the river. Even Zeus swore unbreakable oaths upon it. Because if the Styx heard a lie, it would silence the liar forever. Some say the river sings, others say it weeps. But all agree, once you cross, you cannot return. And that's why Charon rows slowly. Not because the boat is heavy, but because letting go always takes time. They say the boat never rots. No matter how many centuries pass, no matter how many souls it carries, it floats. Some claim it's carved from wood that grows only in the underworld. Others whisper it's made of bones or regrets. But no one really knows, because no one remembers the boat once they've crossed. There is no sail, no lantern, no markings on its hull, only the creak of old wood, the dip of an oar into dark water, and the weight of silence. Charon ferries one soul at a time. No crowd, no rush. Each passage is personal. He rows without speaking, without stopping. Not out of cruelty, but because time means nothing here. In that boat, you are between names, between selves. You are no longer who you were, and not yet what you'll become. It is not a long ride, but it is the longest moment a soul will ever know. Charon has no voice in the myths, but we gave him one anyway. He does not speak, yet artists painted him shouting. Poets made him cruel, grotesque, terrifying. Why? Because silence is hard to understand, and we fear what doesn't answer back. In Virgil's Aeneid, he appears fierce, a filthy cloak, eyes glowing like furnaces, his boat piled with the newly dead. Dante made him wild and furious, screaming across the river as he lashes the damned. Abandon all hope, he seems to roar. But in the earliest Greek images, he is simple, old, still. Just a man with a boat and an oar, not evil, not holy, just necessary. We don't know if he mourns the souls he carries. We don't know if he remembers them. Maybe that's the hardest part. He rose forever and forgets everyone. We don't place coins under tongues anymore. We don't light funeral pyres on hilltops or whisper prayers to river gods. But Charon is still with us. You'll find him in hospital rooms, in quiet goodbyes, and in the space between a final breath and what comes next. We have new names for him now. We call him transition. We call him closure. We call him grief. But the shape is the same. He still stands between worlds, still rows the silent boat, still reminds us that every end is also a crossing. In a way, we all carry our own obol, not a coin, but the memories, the love, the weight of our lives. And when the time comes, we hope someone has remembered us. We hope someone will place the coin and watch us disappear into the mist, not alone. Charon doesn't change, but maybe that's why we still need him, because death changes everything except him. They say Charon never speaks, but if he did, he wouldn't ask your name. He wouldn't ask what you did in life or how you died. He would only ask, are you ready to leave it all behind? And then, without a word, he'd extend a hand, rough as driftwood, and help you step into the boat. No sound but the river, no light but the dim glow of memory, and slowly, gently, the oar would move. Not toward punishment, not toward reward, just away from pain, from joy, from who you were. That's the thing about Charon. He doesn't decide where your soul belongs. He just gets you there. So when your final moment comes, when the world grows quiet and the mist begins to rise, leave the coin, close your eyes, and let the river take you home.